Hello once again and welcome to another episode of the PPV Review. My name is Lunatic Ginge and I'm your host as per usual. And today we are moving on to a night where every championship is defended. Yes, that's correct. It's Night of Champions 2012 and... After the height of SummerSlam, I was worried that we're gonna slump down back into the no way outs of this year. It's going to be awful. But anyway, we're not going to worry too much because we're going to get into it, because if it's bad, I can make fun of it, and that's always fun. So anyway, let's get into it as we get an opening package as per usual, and it's all about, as you would think of the Night of Champions, it's all about the history of the different WWE championships. Like through the years, they show like old wrestlers winning the championships. Then we get on to the storyline that's going to be the main event, hopefully, because they all talk about is Punk and the respect that he deserves, and Cena talking about how Punk's a dick, pretty much. So I'm hoping that finally Punk can get in the main event and we can have a massive party about it later on. We're in Boston, Massachusetts, which everybody should know is John Cena's hometown. And we just turn around and we go, Michael Cole is by himself. I was like, what the hell was he by himself for? And then it clicked, and I was like, oh shit, I just realised. This was around the time that Jerry Lawler had his heart attack. And yeah, and they say this was when he just had it, it was like 6 days ago or something. And they say he's stable and he's about to go home, I think. And then so Michael Cole says he can't do it alone, obviously, because that'd just be just god awful. So he needs a commentary partner, and they have one, and they introduce him over the mic, and it's ding 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 diddle diddle diddle. JBL is back, Maggle. We fought on Friday nights, Maggle. I love it, Maggle. And thus concludes my JBL impression. It's not one of my best impressions. I can't really do it. I don't have really the strong accent for that one. But anyway, JBL's back, and I'm guessing it's probably slightly better than Jerry the King Lawler. But at this moment, he's kind of got his voice. Because if you look at commentary from like when he used to do SmackDown, Michael Cole, and his commentary now, he has a different voice, and the voice he uses to that in Night of Champions is his old SmackDown voice. This is kind of weird, because to think of it now, he's a lot more exuberant now. But anyway, and then we get to our first match of the night. It is Miz versus Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes versus Sin Cara for the Intercontinental title. Well then, this is a match, isn't it? Yeah. And the crowd is dead before it even starts, really, because come on, this is only Cody Rhodes is mildly over in this match, and that's it. You'd think that they'd put something on that it's exciting to start off Night of Champions pay-per-view, but nope. Anyway, very boring until we get to a superplex powerbomb spot that we always get in multi-man matches from the corner. Usually in Divas matches, but this was a male match. Double 619 attempt by Rey Mysterio, but he only catches Miz and Cody Rhodes gets out of the way. It's only a 2 count because Cody broke it up. Net breaker, backbreaker combo. Oh, sorry, we're not allowed to say backbreaker, are we? I'll have to say knee to the spine combo by Miz, 2 count. We get a few finisher reversals between Cody and Miz. Miz finally hits the skull-crushing finale to Cody, and Miz wins. Awful match. You can see how little I wrote about it to get how awful it really, really was. God. Starting off awful. Anyway, we move on, and the Primetime Players are backstage, and they're moaning about how they should be one of the one contenders for the tag team titles, but they're not. And they're moaning at Eve, and Eve gets called away because there's an emergency. Caitlyn is down. She's down on the floor and saying her ankles really hurt and she can't stand up. And obviously she has a match tonight for the Divas title, and it doesn't look like she's going to be able to compete. Then we move on to our next match, and it's for the tag team titles, and it is Team R Kofi Truth versus Team Hell No. The formation of Team Hell No, yeah. We get a package about how these two rivals have become sort of inadvertent tag team partners. About how Dr. Shelby and all that shit. Brian comes out and he's trying to be calm. He doesn't want to say no. He doesn't want to shout it. He's just going no. And it's pretty funny, to be fair. Brian. So we get into the match. Brian and Kane constantly try and one-up each other with moves. Michael Cole mentions the Basham brothers for some reason, because they were former tag team champions, and because JBL's there. I was like, does anybody remember them? I'm interested to see if anybody was watching SmackDown when JBL was just destroying everyone, and he had his Basham brothers and Orlando Jordan. But anyway, yes/no kicks by Daniel Bryan. Kane and Bryan try a tag move, but it misses and they argue with each other. Bryan says they should hug it out, and all the crowd agrees because they hug it out, and it gets a massive pop. We get a boom drop by Kofi, but then we get a no lock in by Bryan on Kofi, but R-Truth breaks it up. Kane tags himself in, goes on the top rope, and Bryan holds on to Kane's leg when Kofi's trying to do a top rope hurricanrana. He just falls off, so Kane stays on the top rope. Then he pushes Kane off onto Kofi, and it's kind of a splash, and then they get the 3 count. New tag champions, Team Hell No, even though they're not called Team Hell No yet, they're just called Kane and Bryan. So yeah, this is stuff I like to see. This could actually be a good tag team division now. Probably not, because it's only Kane and Bryan, but never mind. They both say I am the new tag team champions, and they shout it at each other. Then Kane puts fire out the ring posts. But anyway, not awful. Not one of the better tag team matches we've seen in the pay-per-view review, but I don't think that's saying much. Cut backstage to Booker T, Teddy Long, and Eve talking about Caitlyn's injury. They say that Booker T says that Eve has got Caitlyn's title shot because she's been working hard and she beat Caitlyn one-on-one competition last week or something, and Eve has this like kind of evil smile in the background. So it's pretty obvious what's going on, but never mind. We get Antonio Cesaro versus Zack Ryder for the United States title. It's old theme, old name, and he's still great. Antonio Cesaro, a man who's in the news a lot recently, where people think he's deserving a push, and I totally agree after the 2 great matches he's had with John Cena. But even here, this is 3 years ago, and he's United States champion and destroying people and having great matches now. And he had fucking Xana with him, and yeah, this is his gimmick where he just says a promo in 5 different languages. But anyway, who's his opponent? Yeah, woo woo woo, you know it. Zack Ryder gets a US title shot. Yeah, it's a bit weird this, because, you know, at the beginning of the year, we saw that Zack Ryder was kind of a bigger star, but now we haven't seen him since the beginning of the year, really, and now he's come back and get a US title shot. We get a WWE 2K15 start, if you know what I mean, with the old right stick, getting it into the red, turning it over into a headlock or something. But then Cesaro gets in control because obviously he's good at the right stick. Xana is at ringside, as I said. Well, it doesn't really matter because she does absolutely nothing. I don't think she was here for that long, was she? I don't remember her really very well. We get a massive uppercut, like the lift up one that he did to John Cena last week. But it only gets a 2, like it did against John Cena. We get a facebuster by Ryder, a discus clothesline by Ryder, and then a roll up, but it only gets 2. A very nice top rope Hurricane Rana by Zack Ryder. So again, he's pulling out all the stops, trying to get the US title. Zack Ryder goes for the broski boot, but Cesaro is pulled out by Alexander. He runs around, gets back in the ring. Zack Ryder follows. Uppercut, neutralizer, done. Antonio Cesaro retains, and it was a pretty good match for how short a time they had. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the... Well, we've only got a few more pay-per-views left, but hopefully Cesaro is involved in all of them. And hopefully he has as good a matches as them, because that was a good match. I liked it. We get a callback to my written articles. Those who are fans of the written articles, thank you for sticking along with me all this time. But my favourite is here. Can you remember who my favourite is? No, I'm not talking about my actual favourite, not Dolph Ziggler, but someone else. No? Yes, it's David Otunga! Yay! David Otunga is here with Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez. Otunga and Rodriguez have neck braces on. Ricardo takes his off and goes, actually, my neck feels alright now, but he's told to put his neck brace back on, and he's called Stupido. Excuse me! Sorry about that. But yeah, Vicky Guerrero comes out and introduces my man, the show-off, Mr. Money in the Bank, Dolph Ziggler. And who's he facing? I was hoping Chris Jericho, but it's not Chris Jericho. It was a pleasant surprise. It was Randy Orton, because we haven't seen him for ages, have we? Where the hell's he been? He's probably been on... he's probably been on vacation proposing to his girlfriend. Oh wait, no, that's current day. Yeah, so I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, hopefully it'll be good. Collar and elbow tie up to start, and they trade shoulder knockdowns. We get a really nice drop kick from Ziggler right on the button. A suplex by Randy Orton, which gets a 2 count. Clothesline and power slam combo by Orton very early on in the match, to be fair. He tries for the apron DDT, but it's reversed by Ziggler. Then Ziggler tries to go for the Famouser, but that's reversed into a big powerbomb, which I did like. I always like when the Famous is reversed into a powerbomb. It looks pretty cool. Missile dropkick, 2 count. Big heart stoppers by Ziggler. Yeah, he doesn't do that move much anymore, does he? I remember when he used to do it for like on WWE 2K15, you can just do it for like 12 heart stoppers in a row. And he used to do that in real life, but he only does like 1 now. But anyway, yeah, and then he does the other move that I missed, just the headstand chin lock. Orton does a drop kick, and they're both down. To say, midway through this match, it doesn't seem as good as Ziggler Jericho, but it's still pretty good. Ziggler Jericho obviously was the match of the night last month, but it's not going to be as good as that. Superplex by Orton, very nice superplex as well. Ziggler kicks out though. We get a punch for punch. We get a bit of a brawl going. We get a Famouser out of pretty much nowhere, but it gets a 2 count as Orton kicks out. Goes for the apron DDT again, but it's reversed. So instead we go to the outside and they have a brawl. Apron DDT, although it's not an apron DDT, it's from the, it's on the from the barricade pretty much. So it's a barricade DDT. He doesn't go for count out victory. He rolls him in. 1, 2, but Dolph's little toe is on the rope. It was that close. They almost botched that move because of it. Him being so far away from the ropes, he had to stretch like hell to get his little toe on the rope. RKO is reversed. Roll up, only a 2 count, but straight away from that roll up, Dolph Ziggler locks the sleeper in. He is reversed, pushed onto the ropes, and a lift up RKO like you can do in WWE 2K15, where you lift them up in the air. RKO. Orton wins. Good match, but and Orton comes back with a win. Nice to see that. But what is not nice to see is that if you take a look, Mr. Money in the Bank, Dolph Ziggler has lost his last 2 pay-per-view matches in a row against Chris Jericho and Randy Orton. To be fair, good opponents, and they've both been good matches. This one not as good as Ziggler Jericho, as I said earlier. But yeah, it's a bit worrying if he loses the next month. Anyway, we move on to Layla versus Eve Torres for the Divas title. Because obviously, as we said, Eve is in place of Caitlyn as some mystery person. Obviously, it's a mystery. We have no clue. It's definitely not Eve. Obviously, injured Caitlyn, and now Eve's taking her place. Layla has been a pretty disappointing Divas champion, to be fair, since she won it. When did she win it? I can't remember now. Was it Extreme Rules? I'm not sure. But anyway, it's been a while, and she hasn't really had that great matches. I remember there was a couple of ones that were alright. But anyway, we get a roll up straight away from Layla, like almost as soon as the bell rings. 2 count. But then we get mostly rest holds from Eve, and Eve looks pretty impressive and athletic. I don't remember her being this good, to be fair, but maybe I wasn't really watching much then. So yeah, Eve uses underhand tactics to gain control, and what that means is she feigns an injury, and then Layla goes for a handshake in the middle of the match. Eve kicks her right in the ribs and then takes control. Just targets the ribs, including a body scissors, which I think is an underutilised move, because it could wear you down, especially if they've got a rib injury. Nice DDT by Layla, but only gets 2 count. A very nice neck breaker, it's like a spinning neck breaker by Eve, and we get a new Divas champion. Eve Torres wins. Her plan worked, I guess, in all fans. So yeah, good on Eve. So that's the new Divas champion. And that's the first, I think it's the first, second title switch that we've seen tonight. And then emoticon for facepalm coming right up. Why? What have I done to deserve this? This is unfair. I deserve respect. It's Sheamus versus Del Rio for the 3rd time for the World Heavyweight Championship. He hasn't won a match. What's he done to deserve 3 title matches? Honestly, is there no one else to feud with on SmackDown for the World Heavyweight title? This is just it's a fucking joke, isn't it, really? See why people hate Sheamus now, to be fair. Jesus. I was praising Sheamus a hell of a lot when he had that 2 out of 3 falls match with Daniel Bryan at Extreme Rules. Easily the best match he's ever had in his career. And then he goes and does this shit. Anyway, the Brogue Kick has apparently been banned from the match because it's dangerous. Like the curb stomp or the term backbreaker. Tonga is at ringside too, so I guess that makes it a little better. But before the match can start, can you dig it, sucker? Yep, you guessed it. GM of SmackDown, Booker T, comes out. He says that he has concluded his findings on the Brogue Kick, and he says his thoughts are that the Brogue Kick is dangerous, yet you signed up to be in WWE, so there is danger involved, so the Brogue Kick is now legal. So now to see this boring thing that we've seen 2 times already, and yes, it is so very boring. It's the same formula over and over again. Sheamus gets controlled by Del Rio. Again, you literally you could probably, if you took out all of like the signs and stuff for each pay-per-view it was, mixed up the 3 pay-per-view matches, I could not tell the difference. We get a backstabber from Del Rio, and it's 2 count. That's not cool. Hopefully you get that reference. We get "We Won Ziggler" chants, which shows how fucking awful this match is. Because they're chanting for the Mr. Money in the Bank to cash in during the match. White noise, you know where this is going. Bro kick misses though. Inzaguri into the corner, like a step up one. It's only a 2 count. Cross arm breaker though by Del Rio. Sheamus lifts him up and slams him like he did the 2 previous matches. Bro kick misses again. Cross arm breaker again. But this time Sheamus gets to the ropes. Bro kick. Sheamus wins again. 3 matches. Results are all the same. If at Hell in a Cell, it's Sheamus versus Del Rio, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I may hurt someone. It's really. I don't think I could stand another match between them two. Oh my god! I don't know why they keep doing it. I'm sorry. I'm caught up in this, but really, this is the perfect metaphor for the 2012 wrestling. Is these 3 having 3 matches in a row? But anyway, let's move on to the main event. CM Punk versus John Cena for the WWE title. A bit more excited for this. And ladies and gentlemen, his name is Paul Heyman, and he is now CM Punk's manager. Get in. And he comes out before CM Punk to announce that he's going to be watching the match at ringside. And then we get CM Punk's theme. Look in my eyes, what do you see? CM Punk main eventing a PPV. First time in 2012. Let's have a party! Yay! I don't know what's the party music that we're gonna have. I need to get some balloons and some cake and stuff as well. Jesus Christ, about fucking time, eh? This is just monumental stuff. CM Punk is main eventing a pay-per-view. What? They do the introductions, and they do CM Punk's. He holds the title up for about a minute in that pose. He just stands still, just smiling at the crowd, just pissing them off. It's just brilliant heel tactics. Another one is how CM Punk is wearing Yankee stripes on his tights just to piss off the Boston crowd. I just found that hilarious as well. But yeah, it's kind of a big fight feel here because Boston, even though there are still a few people chanting Cena sucks, they're still mostly for Cena because he is the hometown boy. But some people, I do like how some people in Boston are like, no, we still hate John Cena, even though he's from Massachusetts. We get a big back body drop by Cena, a nice DDT by Punk, 2 count. This is great heel work by Punk. You get some good submissions and some good rest holds. He knocks Cena out to the outside and dives through the ropes at at Cena. In the ring, we get a camel clutch by Punk. I don't see that often. We get shoulder tackles by Cena. Yep. But then the back suplex is reversed. Punk's neck breaker gets a 2 count. Punk then goes for a crossbody, but every time you go for a crossbody against John Cena, you know what's going to happen. He rolls through, tries to go for the I was going to say the FU then. Christ, I'm sure my age there. But for the AA, but CM Punk holds onto the ropes, so he can't do the AA. But he's knocked out to the outside though, CM Punk. And Cena goes through the ropes. So, I don't remember the last time I saw that. Cena go through the ropes, diving at Punk. It wasn't brilliant, but you know. But yeah, at least he tried it. 5-knuckle shuffle reversed into an Anaconda Vice. So, oh, Christ. But then again, STF by Cena, which is then countered into a crossface by Punk. So, oh, Chris Benoit is here, and he's really mad. Cena gets out of it though. Then we get a big brawl between both of them. uh, CM Punk hits the high running knee and then the clothesline, and then actually hits the flying elbow from it as well. It's all in a row, but it only gets to 2. Then he looks for the GTS, but it's countered into the STF once again. But Punk gets to the ropes. He gets to the ropes. They both get up. Go to sleep. Hits. It's like, whoa, damn, that was quick. 1, 2. Cena kicks out at 2. Yeah. Clothesline by Cena. Only gets a 2 count. GTS goes for it again, but it's countered. The AA is reversed. So yeah, a lot of finisher reversals here. They're good on the old R2. It is R2, isn't it, on the WWE? Somehow turned this pay-per-view review into just how many mentions can I get of WWE 2K15 in. Five knuckle shuffle, though. He does get it finally. Then he looks for the AA and he hits it. I was like, ooh. 1, 2. Punk kicks out at 2. Top rope leg drop misses. Cena gets up and gets hit with a roundhouse kick, but he kicks out of 2 again. And then Punk does a moonsault. It wasn't very good because he missed it. But it looked like Cena barely moved and Punk missed by a long way. So if he hadn't moved it, he'd have still missed. AA is reversed and we get a GTS again. I was like, damn, this is it now. 1, 2. Cena kicks out of 2 again. Damn, I did not think that was going to happen. CM Punk looks to set up for something, and that something is the rock bottom. Rock bottom by Punk. 1, 2. Cena kicks out yet again at 2. That is the 3rd finisher he has kicked out of 2 at in this match. And 2 of them have been in quick succession. What the hell? He gets up. Holy shit, AA hits straight away. 1, 2. Punk kicks out again. This is just doing my heart in, to be fair. It was good. But I'm sure Jim Ross would say they're kicking out too many finishers. It exposes the business. That was a bad Jim Ross impression. Sorry about that. Top rope German suplex from Cena. Very nice. 1, 2, and 3. 3? What? What's going on? Hang on. Cena's music's playing. He wins. He celebrates with his family. This is just such a kick in the balls because he gets back in the ring. The ref takes the title off Cena, gives it to Punk, and goes, "There you go." Actually, it was a draw. Sorry, we played your music, but I forgot to tell you that it was a draw. Both your shoulders were down. It was a draw, and that's the end of the pay-per-view. And yeah, mixed. I think that's the one word I'd describe this pay-per-view. Mixed. As there were some really good matches, some really bad matches. I thought Ziggler and Orton was good. Cesaro and Ryder was good. Tag team match was alright. And the main event was my match of the night. But other ones like the fucking World Heavyweight Championship match, Divas match, and whatever the fucking the IC title bullshit. That was just awful. But yeah, so match of the night was Cena and Punk, and the MVP comes from there as well. And I was almost going to give it to John Cena for kicking out of that many finishes. But I still think the better worker in that match was CM Punk. So I don't know how many times I've given it to CM Punk, but I have given it to him once again. I think it may be the 3rd time. But anyway, yeah. Thanks very much for checking out the pay-per-view review. If you did like it, then please like the video or positively rep the post on the Brendan Place forum where this will be posted. I'm hoping to get a bit more rep because, recent weeks it's been it's been an afterthought, me checking it out, putting it on the Brendan Place forums. But anyway, yeah, so I'd hope if you have a comment on anything on me, on the pay-per-view review in general, on Night of Champions 2012, please let me know by either putting a comment in the video or commenting on the post on the Brendan Place forums. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that would be cool, because it's at the Lunatic Ginge. I tweet through pay-per-views and Raws and have my views on wrestling. So if you want to know what my views on the current product are, give me an old follow, because I need them, because I only have just over 100. And I do tweet a lot sometimes. I just go on rants sometimes, mainly about the Divas division currently. I'm very invested in me moaning about the Divas division. But anyway, yeah. So if you could check me out on Twitter, that would be cool. Check me out on the Brendan Plays forums if you're not on there already. brendanplays.com/forums. And the next time we will be seeing each other, or not even seeing each other, you'll be hearing me, will be at Hell in a Cell 2012. It's our first Hell in a Cell event, and if I remember rightly, we get a bit of a shake things up, because somehow the person who's not been on pay-per-view for about 2 or 3 months gets a world title shot. Yeah, I know who it is. Anyway, before then, I hope you all have a brilliant week, and it should be out this Hell in a Cell should be out this time next week. It's going to be more like Wednesdays now, because of the how much time it takes and what I've got going on. So yeah, see you at Hell in a Cell, and I hope you have a great week, and I hope you enjoyed listening to this, and I will see you next time.